Julia. I'm a freshman here at George Mason from Percival, Virginia. I run cross country and track, and I am switching from being a kinesiology major to either a criminology or psych major.
My name's Matt. I'm from Crozet, Virginia, just outside of Charlottesville. I attend George Mason University. I play baseball here, and my major is kinesiology.
In University 100, I've learned about proper nutrition, academic advising information, and how to schedule my classes, where to seek help when I'm having a problem, the various academic success strategies, the importance of goal setting, and also the importance of getting involved in outside activities.
So 5 things that I've learned from University 100. So my first one that I put, and the first one that came to mind for me, was how to eat right. I remember back in maybe September, we talked to that nutritionist, and it kind of opened my eyes to being able to put the right food on your plate even while you're in college and everything's kind of rushing and it's hectic as a student athlete. It's really easy to fill it with a lot of like just crappy food like pizza and just 3 bowls of cereal. So yeah, after we had that conversation, I definitely started paying more attention to what I was putting on my plate. So that was the number one thing that came to my head. The second one is how to plan and organize. So I think utilizing my planner and the calendar app on my phone has helped me a lot. Just kind of be able to plan ahead and not be cramped or put off assignments. But yeah, definitely not be cramped. Be able to get assignments done and just kind of clear weekends and give myself some free time so I'm not absolutely just overloaded. And organization, as I said, calendars. Third thing is where to find help at Mason. So honestly, coming in, I had no idea that there was like a student success center and a bunch of resources available to me as a student athlete. So I've definitely utilized that. With my anatomy and physiology class, I got a free tutor as they're available to student athletes, and it helped me a lot. I've raised my grade almost a whole letter, and just kind of being diligent, going to that once a week, and kind of just staying on top of my work in that class has helped me a lot. It's taught me how to kind of stay disciplined with keeping a regiment to what I need to get done during the week in my harder classes. Then the fourth point I said was the importance of communication. So this kind of goes back to our student conduct discussions, the more touchy subjects like consent and how it's not as black and white as people might think it is, or something like, say, something as simple as, a miscommunication with your roommate. Just kind of those things. It's that, being clear about what you want, how comfortable the other person is with it, and whether it's the ethical or moral thing to do. It not that I didn't apply that in my life before, but I think especially in college as we're transitioning into adulthood, that becomes even more important. Then my last point is importance of getting involved outside of sports. So I think I've realized it's pretty easy to kind of stay in our little bubble of athletes and stuff. But I think I definitely want to become a little more well-rounded in that sense with getting involved with people who aren't athletes and joining a club. I'm not really sure what I'd be interested in yet, but I definitely want to be able to get more informed on that in that area, and to be able to, as I said, be just more well-rounded and not just be part of a team, but part of a club or an organization.
Now that I have new knowledge about proper nutrition, I can now know how to properly fuel my body to be successful in both my running and academic career. And knowing how to fuel my body right will keep me strong and healthy for years to come. Now that I have new knowledge about where to seek help when I need it here at Mason, such as at the Office of Student Conduct, I now feel reassured that I am able to talk to somebody if I ever have a problem, and I'm able to speak up when I need it most. Having new knowledge about academic advising information and how to properly schedule my classes will help me how to easily schedule my classes for next semester, better know what classes I need to take exactly to graduate, as well as the resources available if I were to have any questions about my career path, or if I'm having questions about my major or minor, which could be really helpful in the future. And for example, over the past month, I've had 2 visits at the Career Center with a career counselor, and she really helped me kind of narrow down possible majors and what I might want to do for a career. Having new knowledge about the importance of goal setting will help keep me motivated to attain my goals in school, running, and throughout the rest of my life. In the future, I plan to write down all of my goals, and at the end, reflect on those goals to see if I attain them. Having new knowledge about the various academic success strategies in order to help me stay a successful student and student athlete here in Mason will help me be able to better perfect my time management skills, keep organized by writing all my assignments down in my planner, and just helping me through prioritizing the most important things to keep me on top of things as a student and athlete here at Mason. After taking University 100, I learned that it is no excuse for a student athlete to think that they can't do any extracurricular activities outside of their academics and athletics because they're just too busy. In the future, as soon as probably next semester, I hope to involve myself in some extracurricular activities such as various volunteering events, maybe join a club, and possibly become a peer advisor if I get accepted. And these opportunities will not only help me perfect my time management skills, but also my people and interpersonal skills.
So, how my new knowledge will help me as a future student / individual. I definitely think I'll be more open to outside activities, kind of piggybacking on what I just talked about, is that, when I see events on the website or on Mason's website, or hear from another person, or see those pamphlets up, and, it's something that's not exactly up my alley, I think this class is kind of persuaded me to be, like, oh, maybe I should go to that, or just kind of broaden my perspective on certain things. So the second thing is strive to make as many friendships and connections as possible. I've always liked, talking to people who aren't exactly like me, and making friends who aren't exactly like me, so when other people are like, I can't make any friends, I can be like, well, I'm exactly different than this guy, and we still figured out how to be friends, so you can do it too. I just think that's kind of an encouraging thing for people to see. And then 3 is being an example student. I think, since we're athletes, people kind of look at us as leaders in the school somewhat, and, sometimes that's for good, sometimes that's for bad. Sometimes we get a bad rep, sometimes we get a good rep, but I definitely want to just be able to be an example student, stay out on top of my academics, get good grades, be respectful to everybody. Then know where to go and who to go to if I need help with athletic and academic matters. So whether it's my academic advisor, being able to plan out classes better, and just be able to talk to my coaches about grades and staying on top of my classes. And then last point I put was educate others on student conduct. I think a better way to say that would be probably just, if someone isn't exactly doing the right thing in a certain moment, I'll be able to have the awareness to, and kind of the sense to be like, hey, probably shouldn't be doing this, and here's why. So that's what I mean when I say educate others on student conduct. I don't mean, let's sit down and have a talk and let's go over all these points. No, I don't mean that. I just mean, I think it kind of ties into being an example student like I was talking about earlier. So
My future goals and plans include declaring my major and or minor by the end of next semester, becoming more involved in outside activities that don't involve my running career or my academics. So whether I decide to join a club or volunteer or even become a peer advisor, that's something that I really believe that I should do throughout my college career. I also hope to continue improving in my running career and stay as healthy as possible with little injury or burnout. I also hope to keep updating my resume frequently. And lastly, I hope to start looking for an internship early and hopefully get it after my interview and possibly land a future job out of it.
future college goals and plans. So my first goal that came to mind was to get an internship / job to help my resume. So my major is kinesiology, and there are 3 to 4 built-in internships into my degree requirements. So that's obviously during the school year, but what I was thinking was during the summers, I can spice up my resume by maybe getting my own job that is involved in the field so that once I'm out, I am more qualified and more employable. Then the second point, or second goal, is to join a club organization outside of baseball. Not anything that's too committal, if that's a word, pretty sure it is. But, just something that can give me just kind of a different, crowd, different kind of perspective on things. And then the next goal for me is I want to keep a 3.0 GPA or better, A's and B's. I hate getting C's, and obviously D's and F's are out of the picture. I'm never getting those. So I think that will also contribute to me being more employable once I'm out. Next goal, communicate with professors more and get their help if needed, and also to continue to be engaged in class and attend, even if attendance isn't graded. So I think that it's easy. I've noticed it's easy in certain college classes to kind of just sit in the back and just kind of take it in and not be very actively engaged in class. But I want to be able to, kind of build a good relationship with as many professors as I can so that, when I need help on things, it'll be really easy for them to be like, oh yeah, that's Matt, like, I'd love to help him. And even for, if I'm, progressively building on courses like kinesiology 100, kinesiology 200, kinesiology 300, if I build a good relationship with my kinesiology 200 professor, then I could possibly ask them for help in my kinesiology 300 class. So that was my idea for that. So those are my goals, and hopefully I accomplish all of them.